of spread and then find those elite guys on the outside that can win those matchups for you and make those big plays.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Quick pass on the fly motion. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down. These two conferences have been tied together for years through the Sugar Bowl, a little testiness with the whole Texas-Oklahoma thing, and now the rivalry on the field between the Big 12 and the SEC.
Yeah, and conference realignments played a big factor, too, between these two conferences. Think back to when Texas A&M and Missouri joined the SEC. So this is always a fun one to watch, David. Wide-open offense from the Big 12, and then you get the physicality and the speed from the SEC.
I think you nailed it right there. Two totally different worlds. They live in different worlds all the time. One is pitchy, woo-woo, throw it around all over the yard. The other one, physicality. Which style can present itself today and win the ball game?
It's just so nice as a coaching staff when you've got quarterbacks who make good decisions. And on a second and short play, you're throwing it, you're trying to catch the defense napping, you might take a shot, nothing there. Go get it yourself. Make the right decision to keep it, not panic, and get you a fresh set of downs.
He's going to pass. Fires deep toward the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Texas.
And I think a lot of people probably expected to see that, right? They're playing on the road, and you know this is going to be a hostile environment, but they've got the better players, and we've seen that before. There was no hesitation. Opening drive, they go right down the field, they score a touchdown, and they made a statement.
And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wide receiver coming across in motion. They go to the ground. Good vision and determination there to find his way up to the 23.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
9-yard pickup on first down, and now they can take a shot on second and short. They'll give it to the back. Tackled at the 28. It's a pickup of 5.
You know, you start day one training camp running your base runs. You need a few yards, you run these plays. You need a first down, you run these plays. You rep them over and over and over again. They're not sexy, they're not pretty, but in the end, they're effective, and they get you that new set of downs when you need them.
Offense has it at the 28 on first down. The receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Trying to find his man on first down. Underneath toaster coverage, got it deep downfield. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30.
That's a beautiful pass and catch. I love the job the quarterback does manipulating the defense with his eyes. He froze that safety, and that allowed his receiver more room to work his route.
Bulls his way forward. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
This defense has got to get better at tackling in the open field or gang tackling, because if you need 3 or 4 guys to bring a guy down, have fun with that.
Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. Scanning the field, it's Cooks. Throws to the wideout. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Man, it's so hard to play defense nowadays. You got a strike zone where you can hit people. You get flagged for targeting. You get flagged for pass interference. That was beautiful. Great job in the end zone, making it a hard window to throw into, and when he caught it, making him feel you.
That last incomplete pass has him staring at a 3rd and 3. looking to throw for it. Unloads it left. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
Yeah, and 3rd and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
This would likely be a chip shot for the field goal kicker, but they want the touchdown instead. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Makes the grab. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Pitt.
And this offense gets on the board and the first passing touchdown of the season, and I feel pretty confident saying the first of many. This offense looks like they're in a good rhythm, and this passing attack's going to be hard to stop.
And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. And, David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop, Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. With the catch, it's Alexander. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down. And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. Now it's 1st and 10 from the 46-yard line. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Going up top on 1st down. And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes.
And the defense there goes zone coverage, maybe confused the quarterback a little bit, forced him to hold on to the football, and that allowed the pass rush to get home. The 1st down sack pushes the ball back with his long 2nd down. He's looking to throw. The sweet feet buy a little time. He fires it out to the right. He's got it. And the defense couldn't corral him, and he took it all the way. Touchdown, Longhorns!
When you can run like that, the quarterback is going to give you opportunities. And look at him run by the defenders. QB sees it, stick the hand up in the air, catch the football, get to the end zone.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they cover the final 54 yards with the explosive play in the passing game for 6. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. On the run from inside his own 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. The Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking it.
Oh, he wants it all. Brings it down on the right side. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets them 30+. And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field, and they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense.
I'll tell you what, it's hard to play cornerback out there on an island with all the routes they can run, and you can tell that's a timing route. He busts an out route. Cornerback reads it really, really well. gets his hand out there, knocks the ball down. Nice play.
Ball still on the 34 after the incompletion. Let's see if they throw it again on 2nd and 10. Hands it off. A pickup of 8 now to convert this 3rd and 2.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
Ball's at the 26. It's 3rd and short, and they'd love to pick up the 1st down and avoid settling for the field goal. Wide receiver shows motion. They'll try to run for it. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Panther!
Anytime you've got a successful run play on the ground, you've got to have great blocking up front. The offensive line, receivers, everybody doing their job, and that helped lead to the home run.
Ready to try the point after. Splits the uprights. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Hey, fellas, here's a quick update on a top 15 flash today. Texas Tech is currently trailing right now, but it's only a couple of points. That quarterback just needs to show the poise of a young Patrick Mahomes, and they are right back in this. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Wisconsin. We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah, and I wonder how much...
Fires into traffic, picked off.
Well, he was rolling to his right. Because of that, I don't know if it affected the timing between him and his wide receiver. They just weren't on the same page on that one as the defense comes away with the INT.
On 1st down, here comes this offense. Wide out in motion. Leaves it with the back. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop. He now has 56 yards on the ground in the 1st quarter. What a tremendous start to this season. Got 6 on 1st down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. They'll go right back to him. And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chains.
This offense has to get this guy the ball in as many ways as possible. He showed you all of his tools on that last play.
All the way down at the 33-yard line. It's 1st and 10. They're looking for an advantage to the right. And with that stop, we are headed toward the end of the 1st quarter.
Of 2. 2nd down coming up. That's the end of the 1st quarter with the score tied at 14.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Off play action. Takes a shot as he lets it go. And that pass intercepted.
Cornerbacks, it's not just about speed. Like, listen, man-to-man, you just come up, get your man, I got it, right? I run all over the field with him. But when you play zone coverages, I got to understand what it is. And I got to understand my assignment. I got to get deep in cover 3 zone. That's my third of the field. Cornerback does a really good job understanding zone principle, taking off, making the INT.
And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Well, this defense felt coming into the game that if he was going to try to throw from the pocket, they could get to him and affect his accuracy, and they did on that last play.
They've got him then deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. He's going to pass on second down. And he intercepts it in their end zone. And he will roll into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh!
That is the easiest pick you will ever have in your life. You talk about a pick six, all he returned it made people miss. Nope. Nice play in the end zone to catch the football, get the pick, put 6 points on the board for this defense.
And with the extra point, the score is now 21-14. They're lining up to kick it off after the pick six, and that defense will come out feeling it. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Here come the horns. They've got it again on offense. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick six, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick six and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
Offense gets set for second down. Running back goes in motion. On second down, looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. It's caught. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
When you're throwing these comeback routes, man, the timing has got to be so good between the two of them because you know the ball is going to be in the air a long time. You can't throw it late. It's going to get picked. That time, really nice job getting it out early, and the receiver doing a nice job on his route so that the ball was right on him as soon as he turned around.
And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. Using his legs, it's Alexander. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. The Longhorns are in the hurry-up. They'll try to run for it. They tried to go smash mouth on third and short, and it did not work against this defense.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
This is the absolute right call. They're going for it on fourth down. Just going to keep it after the snap. And they make the tackle, but he has plenty for the first down.
I like the call. You're so close to midfield. If you don't get it, it's not the end of the world.
Do you like that they kept it on the ground and not just because it was successful?
Yeah, I think a lot of coaches tend to overthink it. And I just think you keep it on the ground, keep it simple, something you've been running since day one, and you know in short yardage situations you do really well.
They'll throw it on first down. Makes the grab on the left. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
Big play in the passing game there, and I like the receiver gearing down in the zone. Did a nice job finding the soft spot on defense between the defenders, giving the quarterback an easy target to throw to complete that throw.
Looking for a deep man. And he throws his third pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. And he's brought down after the pick, but not before putting his offense in business.
Well, the offense turns it over, and talking to their coaching staff before this game, they talked about how important it was to have good ball security and not give the opponent extra possessions. That time, poor decision by the quarterback, and the defense made them pay.
He'll come out throwing on first down. Unloads to the right. It's complete. Brought down at the 21, but a really big play there to pick up 10.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
Maybe picked up a couple. He's down at the 24.
And those physical runs take a toll. It might not be a big game now, but down the road, third, fourth quarter, late in the ball games, they tend to turn into bigger runs.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Dropping back, it's Cooks. He finds his man. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
Well, give the defense credit on that one because they knew coming into this one that they were going to try to get this receiver the ball in a variety of ways. They were ready for the screen there, and they create a negative play.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. Fast motion from the offense. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab.
Man, I love those guys that are willing to put their body on the line. And he does it right here, man. Just lays out. That ball's coming in. You can see it from several yards out, making that play, laying out, keeping the football from touching the turf. Great concentration, great effort by the receiver.
They'll throw it on 1st down. Looking to the big tight end. A strike downfield. And he's brought down after a huge completion.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. It's the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can tack a little something extra on their lead before the break. And the Panthers will snap it on 1st and 10. From the gun, running back on the move. He's like a pinball with attitude out there, hammering ahead to the 30.
Yeah, this coaching staff, they're getting this offensive line lathered up and into a rhythm. Now they're letting them drive off the ball on 1st down on these running plays, and they're getting chunks of yardage.
8-yard pickup on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and short. Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. To the air, it's Cooks. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. He'll fire to his right. He throws back across his body, and it's picked off. And the offense makes the tackle in frustration after the interception. Drive comes up empty, and it's a turnover.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Looking down the middle. Complete downfield. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play, and I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback. And he's going to take it all the way. Touchdown, Panthers. Look, a lot of time left. There's a little bit of distance right now being put on the scoreboard.
There is, but it's so awesome when you're a defense and you study all week about what's coming and what routes to be ready for, and then you jump the route and you make the plays and you just go get in that end zone. It is so beautiful.
Fair catch, called for and made.
Call
Texas offense. Getting late here in the first half, they'll have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And the offensive play.
He uncorks one deep. And that one's incomplete. Worth taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up.
I know that shot down the field was incomplete, but you got to keep taking shots. Those receivers love to go deep. It gives them a breath of fresh air. They get more excitement. And they're going to the quarterback with a little bit more juice because you know you're feeding them. So I would keep taking deep shots down the field.
Right back up top on 2nd and 10. Reels it in down the left side. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. Looking to go up top on 1st down. Got his man. He'll get it all the way down to the 8-yard line, and the defense is feeling the heat. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. And now a chance not only to cut into the lead, but play it just right, and maybe the other team doesn't even get a chance to answer. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running, 2nd down coming. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. From the gun, wants to pass. And the defense wrestles him to the ground. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. They're thinking touchdown here on 4th and goal. The kicker stays on the sideline. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. He's not going to get there. Stop short on 4th down.
The defense, I think, was just more physical on that 4th down, guys. That was a design quarterback run, and they're calling that because they're trying to get extra blockers at the point of attack and get a numbers advantage, but just the defense fighting off the block. Where they're supposed to be and not letting the quarterback break free. You just can't do a better job than the defense did on that 4th down.
The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field. Now they're backed up here, Jesse. Wonder how aggressive they're willing to be.
I think it's going to come down to how much confidence they have in this quarterback and his decision-making, because you cannot throw an interception at this part of the field with this little time left.
And I think that's conversations you've had with a young fellow on the sidelines, being like, what are you comfortable with right here that we can run? Maybe stay aggressive, but make sure I don't make that mistake.
After the quarterback and receiver couldn't connect, it's 2nd and 10. They'll leave it with him. Smashes through the tackle. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
Defensively, you know they're going to run it. You know they're going to try to create some space offensively and just try to run out of the goal line. So that's a frustrating one that hurts because the run game comes downhill. He gets a big gain, and now out of the own end zone. Now no safety to worry about. You can pass, you can run, the whole playbook at your disposal.
That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Pittsburgh 28, Texas 14.
guess they're trying to send a message to start this second half, lined up for an onside kick. Looks as if the hands team will be able to recover the ball.
Well, they're trying to pounce on their opponent with the lead in the second half, trying to steal a possession, but give the return team credit. They may not have been set up perfectly for that onside kick, but they're Johnny on the spot, and now their offense is licking their chops, hoping to go down and score.
A shot toward the end zone. Falls incomplete, and he did everything perfectly except catch the football. Second down coming.
That's not an easy throw to hit, I will say. A dagger throw, it takes time to develop. You really got to sell the route, and the quarterback has got to put that in an area and anticipate the throw. Just not on the same page with his receiver on that.
Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. They move the tight end all over. They'll go back to the air on second down. Quickly out to the tight end. And that was some kind of collision between a couple of big bodies there, and he stopped from getting the first down.
A nice job by the defense there, tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Almost intercepted, and what a momentum swing that could have been, but they still force a fourth down.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look there. Third and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage, so everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Pitt will line up to punt it away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. He's able to pick his way for just a bit, but he'll be stopped at the 18. Good job by the punt team. So now the Longhorns take over, and they'll send out the offense. They got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on fourth down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
To the air on first down. Going for the big play. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's throwing the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
Full wide out set, two on either side on 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down. And the Longhorns come to the line in the hurry-up. He'll just keep slinging it. He's open on the right. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Pulls it in. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's first down.
That's a nice-looking catch on that play, and I know Texas is known for DBs, and they're known for having really good running backs. Not a lot of great receivers over the years. I'll tell you what, though, this guy has really showed up in this game. He's making plays, and I know they want to continue to build a legacy at this position here in this program.
And they picked up 9 on first down. It'll bring up second and short. The crowd getting behind this defense as they try to get a stop in the red zone. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the first down. Fans are bringing the noise on first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Don't you love energetic defenses that fly around, that make things happen? The ones that get in the backfield, the running back tries to go somewhere. Where do you want him to go? There is nowhere to go. Nice job by the defense, creating the tackle for a loss on first down.
And here's the 5th interception by this quarterback. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position. Line gets set, first down. Motion from the offense. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping him up, getting him on the ground. Take away that run game. Make him one-dimensional, put him in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. Back to throw, it's Cooks. Unloads to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
Throws to the wideout. Got him downfield. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
And that big gainer on the last one has them ready to go from inside the 10. The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. They'll dial up the run on first and goal. Pushes ahead for 2 to the 7-yard line. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Looking to throw on second down. Got it! And he's into the end zone! Touchdown, Pitt! The offense strikes again to extend its lead here in the second half.
And they got everything working. How great is this? You extend your lead, now you get your defense back on the field. Great job taking advantage of the situation and building on that lead.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Missouri has the lead right now. Columbia has just been jumping all week, but this game is hardly over. There is time left on that clock. They're up by 7 over Oregon. We are the eyes and ears of the college football fan, and we've got you covered all day here in studio, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Got to start now. Defense giving up points on that last possession. Again, the offense is going to have to score, and Jesse probably scored pretty quickly.
Yeah, you got to go tempo. You're going to have to try to fit in as many plays as you can throughout the rest of this game. But I think more than that, you got to eliminate the negative plays. No more penalties and no more turnovers.
That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down. Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. They're going to go to the air on 3rd and short. They get to him as he throws. Got his man downfield. And they'll bring him down, but not before he picks up the first down.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
Keeps it going. Steps away. He's looking on the right side. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
Yeah, and that was really nice pressure. Ideally, you want to get him on the ground. Nice job by the quarterback staying alive, keeping the play alive, but it still ends in an incompletion. Nice pressure by the defense.
And the incompletion brings up a 2nd down for this offense. Fires to the middle. Makes the grab. Offense on the move. A big play there. Gets it to the 30. Another big gain on the catch here. Big target out there like a Roy Williams was back in the day.
No doubt. And find your guys, find your matchups. And listen, when you're at Texas, you recruit at a high level. You usually get better dudes than you're playing against. Find those guys, let them make plays for you.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Wide receiver now comes in motion. On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. He hurls one deep down the left side. Reels it in the end zone. Touchdown, Texas!
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get him. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
And he's able to get back on top of it and avert the turnover. The Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions, and really put defenses in a difficult situation.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter. With the score, Pittsburgh 35, Texas 21.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. The give to the back. Nifty little dance step. He's now over the century mark with 102 yards rushing, and he has busted the century mark in this season opener. They're down to the 35 on 1st and 10. They'll try the run. Across the 25, he's got room. What a good run there. He has enough for the 1st down.
I think Jesse and Reese could call offensive plays for any team. If they're having this much success on the ground, it starts with the ground game, right? Like, you can chew up these kind of plays, then I can play action later on and take shots. But right now, defense has first got to stop the run game that's been chewing them up.
Wide receiver shows motion. Handoff to the single running back. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice gain before the defense is able to stop him.
And that running back essentially just did everything right. Not only did he rip off a 9-yard run with the lead late in the game, but he stayed in bounds. He had the awareness that if I stay in bounds, the clock keeps running, and it increases our chances of winning this game.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. The give to the tailback. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. Then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. But great job in the base defense making a play.
They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's first and goal from the 7.
Everything going the offense's way. They're trying to ice this game late. They've got a really nice lead, so you just want to run the ball, high percentage throws, and keep the chains moving, and they're doing that. This has been a beautiful drive to watch. Offense continues to stay in a nice rhythm here late.
Keeping it on the ground on first and goal. Knocked down after a gain of 1. They'll mark it at the 6.
And that's really nice offensively because you're in the red zone. You do have an opportunity to add to your lead here, but you're staying in bounds. I think the clock right now is the most important thing. How can we keep this thing ticking away? By going down in bounds, you're doing exactly that.
They keep pushing forward, now back to work on second and goal from the 6. The run up the middle, trying to power to the goal line. He's got it down to the 1-yard line, right on the doorstep of pay dirt.
Well, he gets tackled down at the 1-yard line, so offensively, do you feel confident enough on third here trying to hand it off again?
Yeah, and I'm taking both these downs, and I'm coming downhill. I'm running the football, trying to get this in the end zone. I only got a yard to go. I got to be physical.
And makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Panther!
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the 4th. The kickoff team out there and ready to go. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. They'll start this drive with a pass. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
You know, it's one thing to take shots early in a game when the defense may not be expecting it, but at this point, 4th quarter, you're trailing by a lot. They know you're going to do it. The defense was expecting that one. Great job at the back end.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Lets it fly. He's got it on the right. And a pickup of better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down. And the best thing about this, the offense can't worry about the scoreboard. Just keep trying to make plays like that, Jesse.
I know a lot of people in the stadium probably feel like this game is over. Maybe it's been over for...
Deep shot for the end zone. And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
Well, trailing this much in the 4th quarter, the offense is looking for an explosive play to try to ignite them and get them back in this one, but nothing doing. Nice job in coverage.
Second down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down. The Longhorns moving quickly to the line. Looking to throw it again. Feeling some heat. And he throws yet another interception. Does he know which color jerseys they're wearing? And he has taken it all the way back.